joining the Zooms, he asked me if I wanted to get it.
Hello guys, welcome back to a new video. I know I don't upload videos very often anymore. Honestly, I'm just not motivated anymore. But today, we have the TikTok Iceberg. Before we go ahead and start, just want to go ahead and say all the credits go to this guy named Tuve. He's the one who created the Iceberg. And yeah, go check him out down in the description. It's pretty awesome. My commentary is not as good as his, but I tried my best, honestly. So yeah, let's get started. The tip of the iceberg, jail talk. As the name itself, jail talk is basically jail on TikTok. And time to time, you can be scrolling on TikTok and you will find these really disturbing videos of guys in jail dancing or doing something or giving you tips how to basically do something. I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised. Getting your phone into jail is really not that hard. Don't ask me why I know this. Botting accounts. Botting accounts is a common problem that social media have, such as YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and now TikTok. Just with one Google search, you can go to Google and look up how to buy followers, likes, comments, basically anything you want. And people do this a lot. Honestly, I don't know how weird you have to be to buy followers or likes or comments, but yeah, there's people that do it. Buying rare usernames. Buying rare usernames is found everywhere. Twitter, Instagram. You can go on Google and look up TikTok usernames on sale. And there's basically a whole page dedicated to just buying TikTok quote-unquote rare usernames. They often go from $20 all the way to like 4,000. I know it's pretty incredible to think someone would actually spend $4,000 on a username that's pretty much useless. Fetishization of school shooters. This is basically girls simping over school shooters. I mean, there's a pretty known case. Devin Erickson is the school shooters that girls would simp for over on TikTok for some type of reason. Maybe because they find him attractive. As you can already imagine, is edits and how he should quote unquote be free, but the girls would never say that reason on why he should be free. Pretty dumb to my opinion, but I don't know. Fetishization of murders. There's two pretty known cases. One of this guy named Cameron Henry. This guy killed two people on the race. This guy was racing with his cousin. He didn't get a warning once, twice, 3 times. He got a warning 5 times before he ended up killing these 2 innocent people. One was a little girl and the other person was the mom of the little girl.
Nearly 3 years after a tragic crash on Bayshore Boulevard killed a mother and her young daughter, the teenager behind the wheel has learned his fate. Cameron Herron was sentenced to 24 years in prison.
Another case is Isabella Guzman. Isabella Guzman stabbed her mom 102 times before killing her. People say she only killed her mom because she was getting abused, but I mean that really never got proven, so we really don't know the truth.
The 18-year-old smirked at the camera as she stood up and walked to the defense table this afternoon, her arms and legs shackled. After the judge read the complaint against her, she looked over, stared at the camera, and motioned to the area under each of her eyes with her index finger.
I'm going to skip fake TikTok login scam because I really have no idea what that means. The surface. Joe Rope. If you don't know who Joe Rope is, basically this guy had over 4 million followers. He would often make videos of how being a good person is good or how you have to be a good person, and basically he got famous out of that, which I really think is a pretty dumb reason to get clout. But I mean, people like those type of videos. Basically, he got canceled for grooming a kid. Yes, you heard me right. He groomed a kid. Around a month ago, he got exposed. This TikToker by the name of Dylan exposed Joe Rope of basically inviting him to go to an Airbnb by himself, and allegedly he gave alcohol to this guy named Dylan.
During one of the Zooms with all of my TikTok friends, John thought it would be a good idea to have us all take a BDSM score test and send him our results so he could see our kinks. Keep in mind, the youngest was 15 years old and the oldest were 19, and there were only 2 19-year-olds and everybody else was 17 and below. There were 12 of us. A few months later, in the Zooms, my friends would go into separate FaceTime calls and I felt like me and John were always left out, and he tried to convince me that they were talking about me and that they weren't my real friends and that he was my only real friend. A few days later, I got a FaceTime call from all of my friends and I answered, and in those FaceTime calls during the Zooms, they were talking about how John was grooming me, and whenever they confronted me with this, I was very defensive, and I finally realized that John was grooming me. I decided to cut John off and not confront him about anything.
Zombie women. A couple months ago, TikTok went viral of this girl or this woman walking on the street looking like a zombie. I mean, go ahead and judge for yourself.
What the fuck?
As you guys saw in the video, she was making noises and screaming really weirdly. Personally, I saw this video on my For You page and I thought it was fake, but I mean, now that I see it, it looks pretty real. At the end of the day, you're the one who judges and you're the one who believes. Cartel TikTok. Cartel TikTok. Before I go ahead and start with this, if you don't know what a cartel is, it's basically people selling drugs, trafficking people, washing money, selling cocaine. This slang or this name cartel comes from Mexico, I'm pretty sure. On TikTok it's basically the same thing. They're filming money and but it's really bizarre because it's on really low quality. The fucking videos look like they were filmed on a fucking 1999 TV. Lopez Brothers. If you don't know about the Lopez Brothers, you've been living under a rock for the past year and a half. They both got exposed of talking to minors and texting back and forth. Really fucking disgusting. I mean, judge for yourself.
She's 14. And you are how old?
23.
Yeah. You know what can happen to you?
I do.
You can end up in jail.
I do realize that.
We need to talk in person.
Faking disabilities.
So I look through the comments and I see comments like this everywhere. Like, wow, so touching and beautiful, sending my love, thanks bro. Damn, touch my soul right there, liked by creator, okay, nothing suspicious. And I'm like, if I was doing something like this as satire, I would make my friends comment something along these lines, right? So I click on this guy. He's not from the US, even though he said sending love from the US. He's from Norway, where the creator of the account is from. So I go in his tagged pics, and what do you know? There's Stian and him hanging out a week ago, so they're friends, okay? So if that's not enough proof, stay tuned. So after searching through all of their friends, clicking on profiles, I see that they're affiliated with this Norwegian soccer team, football in their country, soccer in America, okay? So I look up the roster, and it leads me to the disabled and adopted child who plays for the team, okay? Pause. So here's his player info. There's his name, his age, where he lives. I'm sorry I'm exploiting you right now, sir, but you did everyone dirty. He's number 6. We find out they had a game 2 weeks ago. So he subbed in for 16 minutes. Now, if he was actually disabled, I feel like it would have been hard for him to play in this game 2 weeks ago for 16 minutes. So I'm debunking that the adopted and disabled child is adopted or disabled. This
Holocaust challenge. As you can already imagine, some fucked up trend. In this trend, people / kids would act like they died like Jews in the Holocaust. Honestly, this is really some fucked up trend. Really, I don't know how weird you have to be able to do this trend. And people would actually like these videos. Ronnie McNutt video. If you don't know who Ronnie is basically a guy who shot himself on the face. Well, not on the face, but at the bottom. And his face is split open. And often people would put normal videos at the start of the TikTok. And at the end of the TikTok, people would put the clip of this guy shooting himself. Honestly, I never came upon a video like this, so I really don't know much about the situation. Add my gang 03. A few months back, people would talk about the girl that you're seeing on screen right now, that allegedly she got kidnapped and she was getting tortured by quote-unquote cartel people. But spoiler alert, it was not her. It was a guy, I don't know the name of the guy, that somehow had the same body type, and people honestly made a big fucking deal about it. And just like Ronnie, people would put normal videos, and by the end of the video, people would put this guy just getting fucked. Abyss. Cassie Compton. In January, a video went viral. It was basically a girl with 2 black eyes sitting in the back of a car with a black male sitting in front of her, and people were confusing her, and people were saying allegedly that this was Cassie Compton that disappeared back in 2014, got kidnapped. She made a couple lives and a few Instagram stories talking about this situation, and where she said, I don't know who this Cassie is, which already made her look like a bad person, I'm guessing, and receiving a lot of hate. People asked her why she had eye bags, and she said she got jumped by 2 females, and the people in the car were her friends helping her track down the people, I'm guessing. But yeah, everything just ended there. Austin 13. Allegedly this guy, her sister, which I tried to find some information about this guy and I really didn't find anything or really like a really explanation about it. But basically he went to juvie when he was in high school, or got exposed, I'm guessing, and people started talking shit about him all over TikTok. So he went on and made, I'm sorry for laughing. So he went on and made a TikTok apology Just go ahead and check it out. It's probably the worst apology I've ever seen in my life.
Hey everybody, my name's Austin Morowski, and the reason I'm making this TikTok is to educate my followers, friends, and family. Regardless of the lack of knowledge that's concerning my life and my family, I as a TikToker and a man will continue to make my fans happy and entertained. I just want my true supporters to know that if you happen to get in the same scenario like myself, don't beat yourself up. Let this be a lesson to my followers and whoever's watching that words will and can affect someone's life along with the cyberbullying. Do you see what this does? Do you see how my family's affected? You guys are coming at my sister, and you're giving her death threats? You're coming at my dad, my mom?
And yes, he never answered that question if he did or did not, so people just guessed he did. Lady Cat Killer. Lady Cat Killer is basically a girl that would go on Omegle on hashtag furries around 2 to 3 a.m. and she would show basically burn down cats and just fucked up shit about cats. I'm guessing she got tracked down, and yeah, ever since we have never seen her. The only reason she's on this iceberg is because TikToks were made. I don't know how TikTok wouldn't take these videos down immediately, and it would take a couple hours until like they got like 100k views. TikTok is really dumb, so what can we expect? Bethany Martin. This girl basically found a dead body. I know, a dead body in the side of the road, and she stole her fucking jewelry, and later on went and made a TikTok about it with her necklace on. Later on she got caught, and now she's facing charges. Zachary Lathan. He's been having problems with the neighbors for a really good time already, and at one point there's a TikTok of them arguing, and then allegedly he swerved his car towards the teenager of the other family, or eventually the two parents went up to this guy called Zachary Lathan and knocked on his door. Meanwhile, Zachary's wife was recording everything. Yeah, the fucking kid had a wife, and his white people say he did it for clout because her wife was recording the whole thing, but whether he did it for clout or not, it's unknown. But honestly, I just think he's not mentally stable. Joseph Jimenez. Here's a rundown of the story. Anthony Barajas, a 19-year-old TikToker, was basically killed by this guy named Jimenez at a movie theater, and her friend Riley Goodrich. They were at the movie theaters when this guy named Joseph decided to go to his car, and Joseph came back with the gun. He basically shot them at the back of the head, killing Riley Goodrich instantly, and then went on and shot Anthony Barajas, which he was on life support for about a week until he died.
The man accused of killing a young couple inside of a Corona movie theater is set to face a judge today. CBS 2's Tina Patel joins us live in the newsroom with more on what is expected to happen in court after he reportedly confessed. Tina, good morning.
Good morning, Suzanne. We are expecting Joseph Jimenez's arraignment to start at any moment. We don't know if he will make any statement in court, but he has already made a statement to a local newspaper. During a jailhouse interview with the Press Enterprise yesterday, the 20-year-old suspected gunman admitted he was diagnosed with schizophrenia 8 months ago. He says he had been taking medication but did not get a refill when he ran out of pills. Jimenez says he shot 18-year-old Riley Goodrich and 19-year-old Anthony Barajas because there were overwhelming voices in his head when he was watching a movie in a Corona theater on the night of July 26th. He says he went to his car to get a gun that he had purchased from an online platform, at which point the friends that he had been with left. He told the Press Enterprise that he went back and shot the couple because, quote, the voices said my friends and family were going to be killed. He went on to offer condolences to the victim's family, saying, I wish I didn't do it. Now, Jimenez is facing 2 counts of murder with special circumstances, which does make him eligible for the death penalty. Live in the newsroom, Tina Patel, CBS 2 News.
Claire Miller. This is a pretty fucked up case, and a very weird case that technically has no reason whatsoever on why it happened. Claire Miller is a 14-year-old TikToker that went on and killed her sister. To be specific, she was disabled. She had a disorder where she couldn't move. Basically, she killed her sister at 1 in the morning. The cops got called, and the parents were allegedly sleeping during the murder, which I don't know how you can sleep on a fucking murder. Like, there's no way you can't hear someone getting stabbed or someone screaming or someone just like moaning, because I don't know if you know, but when you try to stab someone, you're like so I mean, I don't know, Nicola Priest. This is one of the most fucked up cases I've ever heard by far. Basically, this girl would post TikToks over her dead daughter saying, oh, I'm sorry, talking about some, oh, I miss you. As you can already imagine, the comments at the start of the story was like, oh yes, stay strong, you're gonna go through it. But eventually people found out this girl killed her own daughter. You may ask yourself, how did people find out? Well, people looked up her name on a fucking, I know, I'm guessing a police wreck or some shit, and they found out she killed her own daughter. As you may think already, this flipped the whole fucking shit around. Like, people had no idea what to think, and like everybody was just mad at her. And she only got 15 years of prison, which I really don't know why she only got 15. She should have got more. CP, aka cheese pizza. I'm not gonna explain, I'm not gonna show videos, but you can already imagine what it is. Yes, people can find CP in TikTok. I don't know how TikTok actually allows this to be uploaded, because TikTok now has a system where if you even upload a video without a shirt, it gets taken down. But I mean, I guess people find ways to upload this type of content. But I mean, yeah, you're fucking creeped. Well, this is the whole video for today. Hope you enjoy it. I'm really bad for the commentary. I'm not that good at it. I'm trying to get better. So yeah, give me feedback, comments, and I would appreciate it. We'll see you until next one.